Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Gringo Show. Yeah. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. We have a great show for you. Do you know what happens when you have a warm can of soda that's been shaken and shaken and shaken, and then you open it and it explodes everywhere? Well, that's what's happening here in this country right now. The Mexico City government is reporting a 95% full vaccination rate of its adults 18 years and over, making it the capital city with the highest rate of vaccination in the world. And that's just really impressive because we're used to in our city just being ridiculed and shamed. It's violent, it's this and that. It's like someone saying like, Dan, you're so skinny. And you're like, no, it's not true. I'm fatty, fat. And not being able to just accept that something is good. People are feeling comfortable going out again, and the city is alive. Everything that was canceled throughout the year is now being rescheduled for these 2 months. And if you're here or have been in Mexico during the holiday season, things get nuts. This past weekend, it was the Mexico City Marathon that has been notorious in past years for people cheating. In 2019, more than 500 people were disqualified because I think someone found a green pipe that brings you into a warp zone. Like you go through the warp zone, you hit a flower, then you go out and you're ahead of everybody else. Isn't that what happened? And besides the marathon, weddings have been happening, quinceañeras have been celebrated, and there have been parades on the city's main avenue of Reforma, and no one even knows what they're for. It's like parade for this, parade for that. People are like, hey, what are you doing today? Let's march in a band down Reforma. It's crazy. But there is one thing that is threatening all of this. It's big, it's bad, and it's mutated. It's called Omicron. It's like Omicron. It's like some kind of like, I don't know, movie that you see these like heroes, right? I want to go to Omicron. Maybe the young kids will want Omicron because it sounds cool. You're going to be in some metal, armor or something. But yes, it's the newest COVID mutation, and it's not something to joke about. It's actually really serious. Not much known about it yet. Scientists are scrambling to study it, but the news media definitely has made things a bit alarming so far.
Czech Republic, Denmark, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, Sweden and the UK have all reported cases of the new strain.
Now, they used Omicron and they couldn't use the next available letter of the Greek alphabet of new because it's like, hey, look, I got something new. That's something good, right? But it's not. It's not scary enough. And they didn't get to use the word she because the World Health Organization didn't want to offend like 100 million people in China who have the same last name. But relax. If you're living in Mexico, there is something much bigger, much badder that can defeat Omicron easily. It's called Amlocron. That's right. This superhero shoots out amulets and stamps of the Virgin Mary to destroy the coronavirus. Like, pew, 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 pew. And it uses hugs to crush everything. Check it out.
No hay todavía información. Tampoco hay información, esto debe de quedar así muy claro, de que las vacunas no sean efectivas.
I'm so glad Omicron vowed not to shut down, and he's going to protect all of us and defeat this virus. I was scared for a second, but we've got AMLO. Speaking of AMLO, this week marks the halfway point in his presidency. Yes, deep breaths, deep breaths. The fourth transformation is halfway over. And now after losing his supermajority in Congress, it'll be hard for him to change the Constitution and enact things like energy and electoral reform. But for all of you conservadores out there, you should be grateful for AMLO, especially during this holiday season, for the things he has not done during his presidency. Are you guys ready? Yeah. All right. Well, during his presidency, AMLO has not taken off from the new Santa Lucia airport on a flying mammoth. Hasn't done it. No. During the last 3 years, AMLO has not ordered his face to be carved into the Pyramid of the Sun in Teotihuacan. Hasn't done it. AMLO has not built a Trump hotel in his favorite vacation destination of Palenque. There's still ruins, right? Even a Trump hotel would be kind of funny there, right? AMLO has not ordered government workers to only come to work wearing poodle cuts or pompadours. Like pompadours. AMLO has not built a massive 200,000-seat baseball stadium in his hometown of Tepetitlan, Tabasco, featuring amenities like seats. He's a simple guy. He's a simple guy. And finally, AMLO has not built a spaceship to destroy asteroids in the sky. That's a job for the gringos, right? Imagine AMLO shooting an asteroid in the sky. He'll be like, oh, here's the, oh shit, we were like 2 minutes late. We missed it. But the thing is, I don't know if the administration is moving into the future of inclusiveness, celebrating diversity, and allowing people to have freedom of expression. Because those who work in the office of the president's legal counsel were sent a memo last week saying that they may not show any tattoos and body piercings. And so you know what, Juliana in accounting? You're going to have to tape up that 4-leaf clover tattoo you got pissed drunk in Acapulco last month and put on your body. It was like, yeah, it was a good idea at the time. And by the way, it looks like an artichoke instead of a 4-leaf clover. Just. Also, employees may not wear shoes without socks, men's earrings, acid wash jeans, or mini skirt. I guess Grease Fridays will have to be postponed. I think someone like binge watched Mad Men and were like, oh yeah, this is a good idea. We should make people like this, right? The Mexican Football Federation changed its logo this week to a new crest featuring bigger Mexico letters and an eagle on top of an Aztec calendar. Don't worry, when the promising national team underperforms in next year's World Cup and gets eliminated, the coach will be fired and this logo will be changed, right? It was the logo! Why do we do the logo? I know, U.S. team's not as good. Get it. Speaking of going back to 1975, the Festival Internacional de Libros, or the International Book Festival, was back after being canceled last year due to COVID. It's like one of those things where you ask, are book festivals still really happening? It's like the same with the Celaya Typewriter Festival and the Hermosillo Rotary Phone Convention. They need to be canceled. In our Mexico segment, a priest in the Mexican state of Michoacan who calls himself Padre Pistolas, or Father Pistols, like boom, 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 boom. He had a suggestion about what women can do instead of marching for their rights and demanding justice for victims of feminicide and domestic violence. They should stay home and make tortillas, agua fresca, sopes, and he did mention tamales.
Pónganse a hacer tortillas, no compren pinche Coca-Cola, hagan agua fresca, sopes, tamales, enseñen a ser mujeres.
Thanks, Padre Pistolas. Let's go back to the old days when priests... never mind. That does it for this edition of The Gringo Show. We just have 2 episodes left until we break for the season, so you don't want to miss it. Follow us on YouTube or Facebook. Tell your friends, colleagues, dogs, guy at the fruit stand, whomever. Tell them about this show, and we will see you next week.
Gringo, Mexico is laughing thanks to you.